Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you've ever dreamed of downsizing your life but not your adventures, you're in the right place. The tiny home movement is getting bigger every year, but navigating the legal landscape can be tricky. Zoning laws and building codes vary wildly from state to state. So, where can you actually build or park your tiny dream home without a ton of hassle? Today, we're looking ahead to 2026 and counting down the top 5 most tiny home-friendly states in the US. We've done the research on zoning, community acceptance, and overall vibe, so you don't have to. Let's get into it. Coming in at number 5 is Maine. Now, Maine might surprise you, but hear me out. In 2020, they passed a law that essentially defined tiny homes as single-family dwellings, which was a huge step forward. This means as long as your tiny home meets basic safety standards, many municipalities are required to approve it. Plus, Maine offers an incredible natural backdrop for a minimalist lifestyle. Imagine waking up to a view of dense forests or a rocky coastline right outside your tiny door. The state is still working on streamlining regulations across all its towns, but the progress is undeniable, making it a solid contender for tiny living. Next up, at number 4, we have Florida. The Sunshine State is not just for retirees. It's also becoming a hotspot for tiny homes, especially those on wheels. Many counties, particularly in central and southern Florida, have RV parks and dedicated tiny home communities with welcoming regulations. The key here is mobility. If your tiny home is on a foundation, you might face more hurdles. But for THOWs, or tiny homes on wheels, Florida offers a warm climate year-round and a growing network of like-minded people. Cities like St. Petersburg have been particularly progressive, making it easier to find a legal and beautiful spot to park. Cracking our top 3 is a classic favorite, Oregon. Oregon has been a pioneer in the tiny home movement for years. Cities like Portland have led the charge with progressive zoning that allows for accessory dwelling units, or ADUs, in residential backyards. This makes it one of the easiest places to legally place a tiny home in an urban setting. Beyond the cities, many rural counties are also quite lenient. The state's culture just fits the tiny living ethos, a strong emphasis on sustainability, community, and loving the great outdoors. If you want a place with an established tiny home scene and tons of resources, Oregon is hard to beat. Our runner-up, at number 2, is Colorado. Colorado's love for the outdoors and independent spirit translates perfectly to tiny living. The state passed legislation that adopted specific building codes for tiny homes, which provides much-needed clarity for builders and owners. Several counties, like El Paso and Park County, have become famous for their tiny-friendly regulations. You'll find entire communities of tiny homes popping up, offering a built-in social network. Whether you want to be near the ski slopes of the Rockies or the vibrant city of Denver, Colorado offers a legal and breathtakingly beautiful place to put down tiny roots. And finally, the number 1 most tiny home-friendly state for 2026 is California. I know California and affordable don't usually go together, but when it comes to legal frameworks, California is leading the nation. In response to its housing crisis, the state has passed multiple laws that make it dramatically easier to build and place ADUs, including tiny homes. In 2020, they even updated the state building code to include provisions specifically for movable tiny houses. This means that in many cities, you can legally place a certified THOW in a friend's or family member's backyard as a full-time residence. The combination of progressive state-level laws and the sheer need for housing makes California the undisputed champion for tiny home legal friendliness. So there you have it, our top 5 picks for tiny home-friendly states in 2026. From the forests of Maine to the sunny coasts of California, your options are better than ever. Of course, always remember to do your own local research, as rules can change and vary even within a state. What do you think? Did your state make the list? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content on living your biggest life in a tiny home. See you next time.